All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. I am Chris, your host, and today I'm here with another new inventory showcase of a .2 200 series Land Cruiser. This specific model is going to be a 2013 two-owner car. It's been in Arkansas since new. Rust-free car, really great service history on this car. The vehicle does have just under, we'll say just under, not just over, just under 198,000 miles, so 198 on the mileage, or just under, I should say. And again, this is a two-owner car. It's been in Arkansas, really good service history, really nice, clean car. I put roughly 600 miles on this car, so I spent some time in it, and it's a nice car. And this is my kind of 200 series, and let me explain why. You know, there's all kinds of different price points in these 200s, as far as on the lower end, on the .1s, the 08 to 11. Then you got the middle of the road cars, the .2s, 13 to 15, and then you move into the .3s that still are fairly expensive in the 2016 to 2021. So again, this being a 2013, with the mileage it has, you can attract a few different buyers. Me personally, when I'm thinking about these cars, whether I'm buying them for inventory or something I might consider to purchase for myself, I want something, excuse me, I want something with lower ownership, good service history, and as high mileage as I can get. You know, I've been around the platform, the 200 series platform, since 2008. So I do have a lot of experience. So for someone like me, it's easy to get in this mindset. But let me explain a little bit what I'm thinking and why I think this way on this specific car. You get a lot of people that are mileage specific on cars, that want as low miles as possible. They might have a budget, you know, where they want to be, whatever it is, mid 30s, low 30s, high 30s, whatever, but they want as low mileage of a 200 as possible. So if you're in that lower 30s range, or around $30,000 in the 200 series, and we're not talking about LXs, I'm specifically talking about Land Cruisers here, you're going to be in a .1 with lower mileage, so 08 to 11. As we know, the 0809 .1s are lacking some of the things that the .2s have, or even the later .1s, the 10 and 11s, and some of the tech as well. So if you're mileage focused and you're thinking, hey, I want something under 150,000 miles, typically you're going to be in the upper for a nice car that's from the South, no rust, good service history, things like that. You're going to be around 30 grand for something like that. In my mind, I'm thinking, okay, well, I've got a 2013 here, 198,000 miles, really good service history, which you can see on the Carfax, that leads up to where we are now. If I can have a car that's 2 to 4 years newer, where everything on the car is 2 to 4 years newer, and you get a .2 for around the same money as you would a lower mileage .1, to me, there's more value there in a .2 higher mileage car that still has good service history. So this is a sweet spot car for me, because again, it's going to be under $30,000. So you're talking about definitely into the lower mileage .1 cars, and there's just much more value here. Why have an older car? Yes, it might have lower mileage, but why have a car that's 2 to 4 years older, where everything on that car is 2 to 4 years older? All the parts, all the seals, all the gaskets, all of that is 2 to 4 years older, regardless of mileage. I'd almost rather have a car that was driven more, hot, cold cycles, versus a car that sat and wasn't driven as much over a car that has lower mileage. So just a few things from my point of view that I wanted to mention about this car, for many reasons. I was close to considering keeping this car. I just don't want a black car. Me personally, I love black when it's clean. I am way too OCD for a black car, and I've got something in my garage at home that does not get parked outside, so I have to park outside, and I just couldn't own a black car. And we are approaching pollen season here in Georgia, and we all know what happens there. So without further ado, I'll shut up. We'll cut this video right now. Let me get out to the warehouse, and we will start our showcase video of this Land Cruiser. All right, guys, so here we are in the warehouse. I haven't started it yet today. It's we're approaching 12 noon here in Georgia, so didn't want to move it up yet. Want to do a cold start for you guys, show off the monitors like usual. Again, to recap, I know I said it a couple times. This is a 2013.2 200 series Land Cruiser, 200 car, been in Arkansas since new, just under 198,000 miles on it. Really nice condition car. One thing I want to say about the video, I am using a new setting on my video for stabilizations, or stabilization I should say, if I can talk right. So hopefully this looks all right. I'm hoping. Seems like it is, but if it does look odd, let me know in the comments, and we'll know not to do that again. But I think everything should be good to go here. So without further ado, let's get in this thing. Let's fire it up and check our monitors, and then we'll get it outside and get this video rolling. So if I can get up under here. I don't know why I always have such a hard time doing this. All right, so we are on a cold start, as you can see. 197,989. I wasn't lying when I said just under 198,000 miles. The one thing I didn't want it to do is roll 198, but in fact, it looks like it might at some point before the new owner gets it. But let's check out our scanner here, our trusty old scanner, and here we are. As usual, no powertrain DTCs or frame phase data is stored in this vehicle. We can see all of our green dots. Those are all of our monitors. Looks a little blurry, but those are all of our monitors. All of them are green, related to emissions, so this car will pass emissions in all 50 states. And again, I put about 600 miles on this car. There are no issues with this car. It's a really nice, really good driving car. So let's get it outside and see what we got. All right, guys, so here we are. Got the 200 outside, and I want to start walking around it. I'm in a little bit of a different spot today. I'm trying to get this video done a little bit earlier in the day. So I'm probably going to have to flip it around once or twice just so I have this shade, because it's impossible to do these in direct sunlight. So yeah, so here we are. Let's start up front here under the hood. Everything looks really nice under here. Sounds normal, sounds great. Our apron all looks really nice down in here. Something I did want to mention, there is 2 minor damages that are shown to the front of the vehicle. Obviously, I knew that buying it. Didn't bother me one bit, but I kind of want to talk about something that I would look at, or I did look at when I bought this car. Obviously, the front bumper has been painted at some point. We did not do it, but it has been painted. So the first thing, without VIN stickers, I kind of came in here to do on the front is I want to look at this upper core support up here, and you can look and see how nice and straight everything is. You can also see where when they paint them for the factory, part of this is going to be painted. It's going to be like dry sprayed, and then the rest will not be. It will be just that finish that you're seeing, you know, right there, that raw finish. All that is 100% normal. None of this rear or the front body. None of this has been worked. All of this is nice and original. And the reason I like to show this is very thin sheet metal. It bends very easily. So if it's in any kind of impact, you're gonna see that. And if they were to replace this core support, it would be very easy to tell. The first way is I would come over here. As you can see, here we are with the core support, and it runs all the way down here and it stops right here. Well, as we can see where it stops, you have your two factory spot welds, those two circles. So that's what you want to see. That way you know this has never been cut out of the car. This is not a bolt-in, bolt-out piece. So again, you know, 100% original there, not any issues. Again, looking down on this apron right here, everything looks perfect. Nothing's out of line. We come back over here. Let me try to get this for you guys. Same thing. We're looking at the bar up here. Look how nice and straight all the sheet metal is. There we have our black paint where it stops in the same spot as the other side. And then let me try to show you these two spot welds. You're going to want to look right in here, and that is where the factory spot welds will be. You can clearly tell it's never been cut out of the car. And everything looks great up here, so nothing to really concern yourself with up here. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this, or really to know what you're looking at. But this piece right here where my finger is, all of that is same, just like the core support. It's part of it, and it's very thin sheet metal, and all of it looks really nice down in there. I'm trying to get this where it's not blurry. There we go. So there's our front bumper reinforcement, straight as an arrow. Trying to show that off as best I can. Sorry, I'm trying to do my best. And then these little pieces in here that connect to the core support. Let me get down in here a little bit better, try to zoom in. There we go. All of that is original, nice and straight. So whatever was happening up here, whatever happened with the two minor damages you're going to see on the Carfax, it was obviously superficial with the bumper. And you know, 200,000 mile car, you're gonna have some things happening, but everything sounds good, looks good, hood pad's good, all of our stickers, factory stickers, everything looks really nice there. So let's get moving here. So again, this bumper has been painted at some point. That's a great shot of it, but it looks great. It's not all chewed up, rock chipped up, anything like that. Overall in really nice condition. Hopefully this is showing it off nicely. Again, I'm kind of out of my normal routine with these videos. I'm having to do this a little bit earlier in the day and at a different spot, so. But yeah, everything looks really nice up here. On the bumper. So moving over here to our headlights. Headlights are in fantastic shape. We don't have any fading, any cracking, anything that traditionally sometimes you will see. Factory headlight. Same thing with the grill. The grill's in excellent condition. Our Radar Cruise emblem here. No fading, no cracking, nothing like that going on. Front facing camera is not damaged. It looks really nice. Driver's headlight, same thing. Nothing going on, nothing to talk about. Fantastic shape. Factory headlight, Land Cruiser stamped. Looks great. So the front of the hood does have some rock chips as per usual. These have all been touched up, but there's quite a few as you walk along the front. All are very small, as you see. This is probably going to be your biggest one, about the size, a little bit smaller than my fingernail. But just normal kind of wear and tear right here that you're going to see on a black, 200,000 mile car. But please don't let me oversell the fact that it is in fantastic shape. It's not gouged up or dented up or anything like that. Those marks you're seeing are my fingerprints, so I will clean those off after the video. I have one right here, and as you see, so yeah, the rest of the hood is in fantastic shape. At some point, I would imagine this hood had been painted. Just from the looks of it, it looks totally fine. But just me being familiar. But there's not anything to, complain about. It all looks really nice and is in great shape. So let me get these handprints off. Those are driving me crazy. There we go. All right, so we will start working our way down the side of the car. Look how nice the side of this car is. This does not look like a 200,000 mile car. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that right now. It was obviously very well cared for, and hopefully this shows in this video. Really clean car here. You would never know this thing has the mileage on it unless somebody told you so. How nice our rails look. If we had any dents on our rails, you would be seeing them right now. It's a common spot people forget to look for dents at, is the rail up here. It's just not a common spot most people think about, but it's one of the first spots that gets hit, especially if you have a car that's been in a hail-prone area. Mirrors in great shape, not anything to talk about there. So we do have some minor little rock chips up here. You have a small little scratch that's been touched up. Again, you're gonna see my fingerprints on this paint. There's nothing I can do about it. But let me keep moving here. Right here on this fender, you have a few little minor scratches that have been touched up. You also have one up here. Very, very minor. Not anything I would go crazy over. On the back of the fender and the front of this door, kind of have the same thing going on. You have some light scratches that have been touched up. Obviously something brushed up against very lightly the fender and the door right here, from probably right here obviously to like right there. There's no denting or anything like that going on, just the minor scratches. And if you stand back just that far, you're not gonna see it. Let me get it from the other side. So pretty minor, but that is the case there. And you're gonna see that going down the side of the car. This step bar has a slight little scuff that kind of runs along the very top edge right there. It's not anything, it's not dented, which is most important, as you see. But just a slight little scuff that I left alone. I didn't want to do anything to that because it wasn't anything major. Bottoms of our doors and rocker all look really nice. And do have a spot here, a spot right below it. And you do have some on this door edge right here, as you can see. They kind of move into that rear door. Right here, right here. Very, very minor. Do have a little touch-up spot here, right here. Try to stand back. Again, all of these are super minor. You have one here on this dog leg. I've had some people mention on YouTube, why do I show all of this? Well, I show all of this because most of these cars go out of state sight unseen. And I like to be transparent, so that's why. Here on this door handle, you can see there's a spot right here that was chipped and touched up. Quarter panel's in great shape. I don't really see anything that I feel like I need to talk about there. Again, really nice clean car. The left side of this rear bumper does have a scratch right here that runs to about right here. It's been touched up. Same thing right here. There's a better shot of it. And I think there's one right on the edge, if I remember correctly. Yeah, right here. No denting or anything like that going on with the bumper. All of our fitment is perfect. And yeah, just a overall really nice clean side of a black 200,000 mile car. So here's our left front wheel. Perfect condition, no wheel locks, which is how you want it. As you see, does have a tall set of Michelin Defender LTXMSs, the best everyday road tire you can put on these cars. And there's your tread depth. So 50,000 miles left, probably, likely. Rear wheel and tire. Same thing back here. Wheels in great shape. Matching Defender LTXMS. Lots of life left there. Lots and lots of life left there. All right. So let me get moving around here towards the back. I'm glad I was able to get this video done before pollen started, because here in Georgia, you literally just see it flying in the air and this thing would be covered. As we can see, the rear bumper's in overall really good shape. Do have some minor scuffing that was touched up that runs right there where my finger just was. Other than that, you're gonna see the exhaust cause this bumper to change colors or whatever it's doing, but do have some minor spots on this tow hitch cover that have been touched up all in around here as well. But the rest of the bumper looks to be in really good shape. Most of those scratches and whatnot that you're gonna see on this cover happen when the cover is off. And I assume that's what happened there. Look how nice the bottom of our lower gate looks. No dents, no damage. Everything looks really nice there. Do have a few little spots that have been touched up here on the lower part, right in here. And there's a few, one little long one right here. A few next to it right here. And then there's a few up here. Again, these are all very minor. I mean, standing back here, you know, you're not gonna see any of this stuff for the most part. The upper gate is in fantastic condition. Look how nice everything looks in our reflection back there. No dents, no damage, no nothing. And I don't believe, unless I missed it, I'm gonna go back through. I don't believe there's any touch up on this upper gate. I say that and then I walked right by it. So there's 3 little spots right here. Outside of that, that's all I'm seeing on the door itself. Bottom of our spoiler looks perfect. Jamb of our lower gate looks really nice. It's not gouged up, dented up, chewed up like a lot of them will get. We have a little plug here for a paintless dent. My dent guy had to come in through here to get a dent out down here. Jam all looks really nice. Everything looks normal up here, as it should. Factory spot welds. Everything looks great there. All of our seam seal on the bottom part of our gate looks perfect. We don't have any corrosion under here. You can see the Dunlop AT23, which you might as well throw away. Spare under there. And everything looks really nice over here, as it should. Nothing to complain about back here. Inside of this car is super clean, super nice. Storage, and we have our tools. There are pictures of the toolkit that is open on the listing on my website, so please refer there to see all the tools are actually intact. And we do have an ice scraper if you need one, and our jack. So everything looks good there. Do have this this car does have a full set of WeatherTech floor liners. The previous owner did not cut the holes out for the seats, and I didn't either because it's not my car. I would leave it the same way because I would never use the third row. But let me at least take this out so we can see the carpet under here, and look how nice it looks. I'd say that mat did its job. Bottom of our third row seats is almost perfect. Same thing over here. Looking really good. All of our plastic cargo, all of this looks really nice. Let me hop in here. Back of our middle row seats are all in good shape. As we all know, I like to talk about these panels right here and here. They will dent because they're foam. Do have a few little dents right there on the top part up here, and then there's a few scattered around over here. You can kind of see those. Also on this side, you can see that the child for the car seat, there's a little door that typically is there, as you see. It's just a plastic door. I mean, it's not anything fancy, but that one has been torn off at some point here. So yeah, you're missing that. Headliner in the rear is perfect. There's our middle row, third row seat belt. Everything looks good up here. Let's get these seats down. And I'm going to show you the third row from the other side, but I want to show the plastic over here. Everything looks really nice. We don't have any gouging, scratching. Everything looks almost new on both sides back here. Seat belts are in fantastic shape. That's how you want them. Much rather have a car that has a really clean inside versus a really clean outside. There's our traditional Land Cruiser split doors, which I know we all love so much. So let me show you the third row before I spin this thing around. Classic indentions on our seats from our seat belts when the seats lay flat. Other than that, we've got some seats that look new. Do have a little indention right here on this right side third row seat, but Not anything to cry about. There's our little indentions back here. You can see right here on this the back of the middle row rear seat, right side seat I should say. And let me check one other thing. Let's make sure. There's our middle row, third row headrest. All right, so let me fold these down so I can put this mat back in here. All right, I'm gonna spin this thing around because I don't want the building in the background, so hang tight. All right, so here we go with the passenger side. Already showed you the spots that were right here. Do have two little minor spots that have been touched right here. Other than that, everything looks fantastic. This side looks much like the other side in that there's not much to say about it. Look how nice and straight everything is. Side of our quarter. Let's check our rail. Looking good. Same thing back the other direction. Again, you would see dents right now just with the reflection if you had anything going on up there, but you don't. Super nice car. It's hard to believe this car's got almost 200,000 miles. Do have a scratch on this gas door. As you see, it kind of runs the length. There's also one right here. These are very minor. I'm not sure how they'll show up in the video, but most people won't notice these. You do have a spot here on the edge of the quarter. You have 1, 2, then a longer one right here. Let's see if I can get a, there you go, there's a decent shot of them. But if you stand right here, and again, these have been touched up, so you might see a reflection, but you're not gonna see any white or rust or anything like that. Do you have some on this dog leg right here that kind of run into this rear door? Better shot. You have one here, two that run long here, one little spot right here. Do have one spot here towards the front of the door, and then another scratch that runs kind of right here. And again, I know I've said it 100 times, but all of this has been touched up, so you're not gonna see, it's not obvious, I guess is a better way to describe it. And there are no dents on the car, so you're not going to see any dents or anything like that going on with it. Do have one here in this front door. As we move up the front door, you have one there, a couple right here, a couple right above it, and you do have a longer one right here. Try to stand back and give you, put it in the shade so you can see it a little bit better, but again, this is all just normal wear and tear. Little spot right there. And you do have your normal few little rock chips.
that have been touched towards the front of this fender. But man, other than that, that's really all I see to complain about. So right front wheel, much like the other two on the other side, great condition, no peeling, no curbing, no nothing. Tall set of defenders up front. Moving back to the rear, same thing back here. Beautiful set of defenders. I don't know what else you can say about that other than that's what you want. All right, let's hop under this thing. And there's our original Dunlop AT23. What a terrible tire that is. Look how nice everything looks under here. Super clean. Doesn't look like it's been off-road much at all. Everything looks really nice there. Looking good, looking good. Fuel tank skid plates in perfect condition. That's the first thing to go on these and the 100s. Rusty areas. CV axle is perfect. Power steering rack is perfect. We don't have any leaks. Look how nice our skid plate looks. Well done, previous owner. Look how nice our CV axle looks. Power steering rack the same. Looking good under here. All right, let's hop up on this roof. Hop up out the bed. Bonus points if anybody of you know that song. Front of the sunroof is perfect. And the rest of the roof is to go as well with it. Crossbars are intact. Nothing to talk about up here. Looks good as it should. Let me move my old scanner in the cool box. Not that the outside of this car is not nice, but this is really where this car shines, is inside. You all know I hate my door edges when they get messed up. This looks really nice. Do have some kind of little imperfection here. I'm not sure what that is. But there's not any cuts or scratches or scrapes or anything like that going on. Our armrest looks really nice. Our pulls, none of our pulls are fading or spotted like you know a lot of them get. Top of the door panel is perfect. No scuffing or anything going on here on the bottom. Looking good. Window comes down. And it comes back up. So our jam, all is nice and clean through here. All of our kick plates look really nice. Carpet on the side is beautiful. Seat plastic looks fantastic. Bottom cushion part of the seat, not much use over here, believe it or not. Not much use here. Side of our console looks really nice from where the seatbelt moves back and forth. Glove box doors in great shape. Get these out here. Do have a full set of books here. And up here, so this was that door that I was showing you guys for the back. Factory wire harness for the trailer brake, and the all-important DVD player for the remote. No wheel lock on this car, so you don't have that to worry about. Weather techs are in good shape. It's missing the emblem right there, like a lot of them will be. I've been told that you can send them back if the emblems fall off, and they'll send you a new set. Carpet's in good shape up here. Looks like these weather techs have done their job. All right, moving along. Rear door panel is much like the front, fantastic condition. Don't have anything going on really anywhere. No fading, no spotting, no scratching, no scuffing. Everything looks really nice. Jam looks perfect. Kick plate, all of our plastic right here looks really nice. Do have a slight stain that's going on under here. We'll lift the seat up here in 1 second to show that off. Back of the driver's seat is nice. Our nets are nice and tight. Seats back here don't look like they've had much wear either. Headliner is in perfect condition. How nice our seat belts look. Let me do one thing here real quick. Back to this front seat. I apologize. Got ahead of myself. Front seat does come forward, and it does go back, and it does recline. Does come back up. All right. So let me fold this seat down, or up, I should say. And that's what we got going on. It's not the worst thing in the world that could happen. We do have a little spot right over here. Luckily, all this is covered by the seat, and it doesn't run into the cargo area. So this little stain is just isolated to this small little area right there. I'm not somebody that's going to cover up stains. They are what they are. When people do that, they don't look good, and I don't like that. I don't like the way it looks when people try to cover that up. So, carpet under this, if I can get it out, rear mat. Carpet up here is perfect. We'll pull the other half out on the other side. Everything looks nice back here. Our registers move. Yeah. Looks like somebody just did not have this knob on correctly. There we go. Everything looks great back here, works as it should. DVD player, on and down. I don't have a DVD to check. I know I need to get one, but back of the console's in great shape. All right, keep on moving here. See if I can squeeze in over here. Yeah. There's our two headsets for the DVD player. We do have a little kink right here. A little indention right here. But that's standing back, very, very minor. The rest of the door panel is in perfect condition. No staining, no scratching going on any of our silver trim. Looking good. Jam over here, there's two little scratches, light scratches right here that I had touched up. Other than that, everything looks really, really nice over here. These seats are in great shape. Carpet looks beautiful. Try this again. Boy, these WeatherTechs, man, there we go. Nothing to point out over here with the carpet like the other side. Let's fold this seat up. This seat's heavy. So we don't have any staining going around our feet over here. You do have one little blue stain right there. Again, that's going to be covered by the seat. Other than that, everything looks great back here. Nothing to complain about. All right. Let's try to pull this down for our cup holder. Cup holder works as it should. Back of our driver's seat, much like the other side, our net's nice and taut. Not anything to worry about. Let's keep on moving. Look how nice this door panel looks. You do have one little black scuff mark right here. Not anything, not a big deal, but it's there. The rest of the bottom of the door panel is perfect. You do have a few little spots here, here, and up here that you can see. But let me stand back a little bit just for perspective. They're very minor and not torn into the panel, most importantly. The rest of this door panel looks perfect. Jam, kick plates, all that looks really nice. Seat plastics in fantastic shape. You can see there was some kind of repair done right in here at some point. It's the original leather, but some kind of interior repair. Doesn't look like there was any on the top part of the seat, as you can see. And I don't anticipate anything happening with this. I drove the car the way it is and didn't get any worse. So, seat does come forward, it does go back, and it does recline, and it does come back up. So the side of our console, you do have a few little minor scratches right there on the side, not anything major from the seatbelt itself. Everything else looks really nice. WeatherTech's emblem is missing, much like the other side. do have a little bit of staining going on right there on the inside. That would be covered up by the mat itself. Maybe that's a better shot of it. Again, when you put it back in, you're not going to see that. Alright, so let's hop in this bad boy. Let's turn the heat down. Alright. Top of the console looks perfect. This is where the remote for the DVD is supposed to go, but it slides around and it drives me crazy, so I just put them in the glove box. Cool box. Does blow nice cool air. This is my scanner. Look how nice all of our wood right here looks. None of it is peeling or coming up or fading or anything like that. Cup holder door works as it should. Divider's not broken. All of this looks really nice, all this wood up in here. Minor little wear here on the silver part, not anything crazy. Shift knob's in good condition. Multi-terrain selector knob, I should say. Never been used. Very neutral smell in this car. All of our piano wood looks really nice. It's all very clean. So since we're on the climate screen, we will kind of toggle through some of the settings. I've got it on. I've got the 4-zone off, so it's going to do only what I want it to do. Here's our map. Destination information, all of your info, phone. As you see, my phone's connected. Setup. So you can go through here and customize whatever you want. Audio. We're on satellite radio now. I'm not going to turn the volume up. I know I say it in every video. I don't want to get copyrighted. The radio works. Again, I put 600 miles on this car, so I can promise you I didn't drive a car with no radio. So everything works as it should.
The coach is from Monson. We'll talk about that moment.
Steering wheel controls work.
Nothing to lose as he sat at the podium yesterday.
So everything's good there. Bluetooth works perfectly for your phone. Obviously, I use that. So let's check our backup camera. Looks good. And I'm going to hit the front-facing camera. And you do have your right side mirror over there. Then we're going to look at the two mirror cameras, and looking down at the rear. So everything looks normal there and is working as it should. So actually, let me do this. Let's go here to audio. We're going to go over here to the rear entertainment, and we're going to turn it off. does fold up as it should. All good there. Sunroof is tilted up. We're going to tilt it down, and then we're going to open it. And we're going to one-touch it closed. Oh, let me see if I can program this. There we go, I got it programmed. All right. So, let me think here. Steering wheel's in great shape. We don't have any wear, we don't have any damage on the wood. All of our buttons and our silver trim, our chrome Toyota emblem, all of that looks nice. If you want to nitpick, there's one little super minor nick right there, but other than that, all of our buttons are in great shape. Steering wheel does come up, does come back down, does come out to me, and it does go back in. All right, you can see both of our side mirrors are out, so we're gonna fold them in. And we're gonna fold them back out. And we're gonna move the right mirror down, out, in, and then back up. Driver's side, in, down, up, and then back out, and down again. You can see that our park assist is on. Heated steering wheel turns on, but we're gonna turn that off. I'm not gonna spray the headlights. Rear side curtain airbags, you can turn those off if you want. I don't know why you would. Let's pull the e-brake off. So the horn, blinkers, hazards. You can see the temperature. We need to bump that down a little bit. I'm surprised the gas light's not on. Wipers do move. Not gonna spray. I do know they work, but I'm not gonna spray right now. And I think we're good. I'm going to bump this climate down, and we are going to bump into neutral, and we are going to shift into 4 low. And there we are. So as you see, we are in 4 low, traction off, and there's our multi-terrain select menu. You can see that I can scroll through the different settings right here and pick what I want. We'll say loose rock. So I'm still in neutral. I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna lock the center diff. And now you can see next to the 4 low emblem, you can see the center diff is locked. I'm gonna turn it off by pushing that button again. And center diff lock is not locked. And we are going to engage out of 4 low. There we go. And we are back into 4 high. So let me shut this door real quick, and we will take this bad boy for a spin. All right. All right. Get my seatbelt on. So I know I always say this, but I'm always listening for any kind of drivetrain noise, wheel bearing noise, transfer case noise, anything abnormal. We're looking for steering wheel shake, for any kind of rotor shake, or anything like that going on. Just anything abnormal is kind of the purpose for these drives. Now again, I know I've said it like 5 times, but I've put roughly 600 miles on this car, and I can go ahead and tell you that this car is in great mechanical and driving condition. Drives really, really good. Cruising down 515 behind a cement truck. Yeah, probably don't want to be behind that guy, Chris. Everything is tracking really nice. Again, nothing to say about this car as far as the way it drives. It's a really nice driving car. You would never know this car has the miles that it has on it unless I told you. So we're going to come up on the brakes here. Steering wheel is nice and straight other than me moving it with my knee. No rotor shake at all. Brakes feel really, really good. And we're gonna bust this U in front of these cars. No excessive wind noise, no wheel bearing noise, no nothing. You can see how effortless I am driving this thing. I don't have my hands on the steering wheel. It tracks nice and straight. There's a reason you pay for Michelin's. Oh, we got our procession. And here we are again. Let's see if the police want to mess with me because I'm holding a phone. Here we are. All right. So we will do two last things as always. We will check for factory remote start. We're going to hold the lock button on the third lock. And it does not have factory remote start. And we do know that the door lock actuators are all in good working order because we did get feedback from the lock when we pressed the lock on the remote itself. So don't have any door lock actuators that need to be addressed. And I think that about wraps it up for this 200. Super clean car, really nice car, great price point on this car, a lot of value here. I should have it online in the next 24 hours or so, as always. Feel free to reach out, 678-454-6060, or you can get me at chris@hilsonluxury.com. And as always, guys, I appreciate it. We will see you on the next one.